the journey is usually the part that you remember anyways. In 2004, when I was in middle school, I started the auditioning process for Hannah Montana.
I'm Miley Cyrus, I'm with CED, and I'm auditioning for the role of Zoe in Hannah Montana.
I got cast at 12 years old, and that's obviously just the spongiest, most absorbent time in your life.
Whoever you are, you have to get out of here right now or I'll call security.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. I was just looking for a souvenir. My name's Lily Truscott, and I'm a huge fan.
So after I had been cast, it was time for them to bring the dads in to audition.
I want my bullet back, my old Camaro and my track.
Is this your daughter? Is this Miley? Oh, Miley. Oh. Go ahead and help the daughter up here, Bill. What in the world does she have? Bye, Mom. Yeah. Hi, Miley. Come on up.
When I was born, my dad had the #1 country song. My dad grew up the opposite of me, so I think that's where me and my dad's relationship to fame and success is wildly different. I went kind of from having, everything. If we look at really the way I grew up, I lived in a big house on a big farm. The only thing that was sad about it is I didn't have kind of neighbors or normal kids around because I lived on this big kind of isolated farm, but went to school, had this normal life. But I mean, if we really look at it, I didn't know when I was a kid that I had everything, but I had everything. So I went from having it all to having more.
Next time, you might want to demand a jet with a bigger bathroom.
Do you get time to enjoy some of the benefits? Do you get time just to hang out and chill with your friends?
Well, actually, it's hard because you got to make sure you do make the time because otherwise it's not going to happen,
Yeah.
And I do make sure I have the time because otherwise
you're just going to end up really alone.
I've never been like a normal person because I had to grow up so quick.
I'm Miley Cyrus, I'm with CED, and I'm auditioning for the role of Zoe in Hannah Montana.
Miley kind of gave up her childhood to be in the entertainment business.
When I was 12 years old, I didn't have sleepovers because I had work the next day. That's not normal. I didn't get recovery days. That was not important for someone that was making so much capital for such a big corporation.
It had to be really odd to be working that much and be a young girl.
The balance it trained me to have is something that I don't think you are going to get taught any other way besides jumping in the deep end of the pool and hoping you know how to swim.
It's a lot to put on a kid to have them have to go get their makeup done and then also balance school and then also have me dress up, in a wig as a kid is a little weird.
You and Hannah Montana are never gonna be together.
Why not?
because I'm Hannah Montana. Me, Miley.
I was growing up as her, she was me. There was no divide between us. That's who I was.
I'm Hannah Montana.
People will never love me as much as they love that, because that level of success is such an eclipse sometimes. It can eclipse anything that I ever make, because when something is so bright and something is so big, is it ever gonna be like that again? I don't know.
I wrote this song about an 11-year-old girl who wanted to be a rock star. But she also wanted a normal life, so she pretended to be somebody else, and that was great for a little while, but she's 17 now, and she just doesn't want to pretend anymore. Her name is Miley Stewart.
2008. Everyone knows the controversy of the photo, but they don't really know the behind the scenes, which is always much more meaningful. This was the first time I ever wore red lipstick because Patty Dubroff, who did my makeup, thought that that would be another element that would divide me from Hannah Montana. This image of me is a complete opposite of the bubblegum pop star that I had been known for being, and that's what was so upsetting. But really, really brilliant choices looking back now from those people.
I'm sorry. You okay?
Well, I would rather drink my milkshake than wear it, but I'm fine.
I'm sorry.
I think one of the elements that made that movie feel so special was it was watching two very young people fall in love with each other.
Don't you dare make this about me. You and I both know this is not my fault.
Which was happening in real time and in real life, so the chemistry was undeniable, and that was the beginning of a long 10-year relationship. I recently just went through a very public divorce that fucking sucked. What really sucked about it wasn't the fact that me and someone that I loved realized that we don't love each other the way that we used to anymore. That's okay, I can accept that. I can't accept the villainizing and just all those stories that, like, it's just amazing to me that the public kind of thinks that there's no gap of time that they didn't see that could possibly be what led to this.
Everyone is still a stranger to me, but I'm a stranger to no one. For me, I've been able to create these paradises where I feel safe, but I was contemplating this life that I have for myself. Is it a paradise or is it a lonely island?
It's all the water cooler talk this morning. New controversy at the Video Music Awards. Miley Cyrus leaving her Disney days to show us what it's like as she is past those teenage years. Take a look at some of this.
You can watch that performance from the VMAs and people could think it was just like a hot mess, but it's a strategic hot mess. It wasn't just shock people to shock people. It really was with a purpose, I guess.
Which was?
To make myself, everyone in the world be talking about me and my music, which right now it is.
The jaw-dropping performance set a record on Twitter, sparking more than 300,000 tweets per minute.
This stuff, I mean, really?
It wasn't dancing. That's my point. This wasn't art.
Is Billy Ray Cyrus and his reaction to this has got to be, I mean, that's got to be horrifying.
There's only one kind of place that you should see that kind of thing, and you should have to pay to get in the door and show your ID.
When you look back at it, you were mad at a fucking 20-year-old dressed as a teddy bear. So at the time when I had made Wrecking Ball, I was expecting for there to be controversy and backlash, but I don't think I expected other women to put me down or turn on me, especially women that had been in my position before.
I wanted to give my life a bigger purpose. I did not want me naked on a wrecking ball engraved on my tombstone and that be all that I'm worth.
People change. Like, you just never know who you're gonna be.
All the things that I've been before make me who I am and who I'm gonna be, and so not being embarrassed or ashamed of ever who you've been.
What it is, I'm gonna stand out no matter what, so I've just embraced it instead of trying to run from it. My favorite part of the process is just singing and making music.
The music comes first, and
Right.
I feel like I think people are very visual, and if you can hold the fucking microphone in your hand and say, this is who I am, this comes first. By the way, I don't come without this.
Because I really don't know how I sing. I never really focused much on training or understanding or reading music, or my grandma plays piano by ear. My dad plays guitar just by what he's taught himself. It's genetic.
There was a friend of mine. Her name was Darlene, but all of us called her Becky. I don't know why. I knew she was hurting, but I never thought I'd wake up to that call. Never at all. And I remember on that day I promised you the world, but soon realized the world ain't what you need. Now all I want is simply for you to be happy, girl, even if that's a world without me.
When I'm writing a song, I try to be really descriptive in my lyrics and paint a picture of the moment in time that the song stemmed from. The fun thing is if you're a friend of mine, if you're close to me and you listen to this album, it sounds like a conversation with me. There's subtle shade. There's, honesty and truth, and there's some wisdom, and there's some humor, and there's some heaviness and depth. It really represents who I am, and I feel that the greatest records that I've been able to make or the greatest songs that I've been able to write, they do exactly that. They just really connect me and whoever's listening in a way that feels like an intimate, honest conversation. When you're writing a song, you can go anywhere in your imagination. That's why I said I don't really write songs in here that much.
Yeah.
I don't really write songs in a studio.
Yeah.
I write songs in the car because they're just gonna come to you, So that sometimes it's working and sometimes it's purely passion. And I've tried to create a real idea between the two because they serve different purposes. One's are for me and one is for everyone else to love. I am my audience, and I don't even really like the idea of an audience. I guess it's the listener, or I don't even really like the word fan. I don't like that barrier at all. As unique as I am, I'm not special because I'm, in a way, we're all just special. So if everybody's special, then one star isn't brighter than the other. But I say with confidence that I feel like I could be the one because I don't expect it to be easy, and I don't even want it to be. The reason why I say that with confidence is because I'm really willing to do the work. I refuse to give up. So there hasn't been a time where I've given up on myself, I believe in myself. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in my work.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming.
And the Grammy goes to Flowers, Miley Cyrus.
There's a story I want to tell that sums up this moment, and I wasn't going to tell it, but now Mariah's here. So there was a little boy that all he wanted for his birthday was a butterfly. And so his parents gave him a butterfly net, and he was so excited, he just went outside out in the sun and started swinging and swinging. But with no luck, he sat down on the ground, he finally let go and he surrendered, and he was okay that he wasn't gonna capture this beautiful butterfly. And right when he did is when the butterfly came and landed right on the tip of his nose. And this song, Flowers, is my butterfly. Thank you. My life is I cannot believe it's my own. I'm so happy just to be on this planet and be able to be in the position I'm in. I think I've been really searching for some sort of normalcy in my life, and I want to find peace. And usually you look back and the journey was actually the part that was what makes up your life.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming. We changed the key after 15 years, yeah. What were we thinking?